If you're over 60, these 5 everyday mistakes could be shortening your life. And no one warned you they were coming. Most people don't see it happening. It's not sudden. It's not loud. These traps sneak in quietly. Little habits, small oversights, things that feel normal. Until one day, you can't do what you used to. You struggle to stand up from the couch. You feel off balance. You lose energy after a short walk. And you tell yourself, maybe I'm just getting older. But what if that wasn't true? What if something else was going on? Something you could stop or reverse, if only someone had told you in time. That's why this video exists, because far too many good people, folks just like you, are slipping into a slow physical and emotional decline. And not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because the most dangerous traps of aging are the ones that feel normal. Think back. Maybe 10 years ago you were moving better, sleeping better, laughing more. And now? Maybe your body aches more than it used to. You forget little things. Your legs feel weaker. You're tired more often, even after resting. That's not just aging. That's often a sign that one or more of these traps has already taken hold. And the scariest part? Most people don't find out until after something bad happens. A fall, a diagnosis, or the day they realize they can't live independently anymore. That's when the truth hits. It didn't have to be this way. Today, you have a chance to stop that spiral, to catch what's going wrong before it becomes permanent. And over the next few minutes, you'll learn exactly how. These 5 traps affect millions of older adults every single day. And once you spot them, you can begin protecting yourself. Not just to live longer, but to live stronger, with clarity, purpose, and dignity. In fact, one of these traps is linked to a vitamin deficiency that weakens your muscles and makes falls more likely, even if you feel steady today. And chances are, no doctor ever mentioned it to you. We'll get to that one shortly, so don't go anywhere. This information could be the difference between years lost and years reclaimed. If you're finding this helpful so far, give this video a quick thumbs up. It helps us keep sharing these health tips for folks like you. And it might just help someone else catch these traps in time too. Let's begin. Let's talk about something that seems harmless, even comforting. Your favorite chair. It's where you sip your coffee, read the paper, watch the news, or catch up on your shows. Maybe it's the recliner in the corner with just the right view of the window. It feels good, familiar, safe. But here's the warning no one likes to say out loud. That chair could be quietly stealing your strength. See, our bodies were made to move. Even gentle movement, standing, stretching, walking to the kitchen, tells your muscles, stay strong, stay ready. But the more time we spend sitting, the more the body gets the opposite message. We don't need these muscles anymore. And the truth is, the body listens. Hour by hour, day by day, your legs weaken. Your balance fades. Circulation slows. Even your heart becomes less efficient. Sitting too long doesn't just make you stiff. It increases your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and early death. And the scariest part? You don't feel it happening. Until one day, you go to get up, and your legs hesitate. I once spoke to a gentleman named Earl. Retired, 72, healthy for the most part. But during the pandemic, he spent more time in his recliner than usual. He thought nothing of it, until the day he tried to stand up quickly and his knee buckled. He fell, cracked his hip, and ended up in the hospital for weeks. He told me later, I never saw it coming. That chair felt like my friend. And Earl's not alone. Now, this doesn't mean you should never sit. Rest is important. But the key is not to let comfort become a cage. You don't have to run marathons. You don't even have to leave the house. But you do need to break the sitting cycle before it breaks you. Later in this video, we'll show you a simple 2-minute habit you can do from your chair. It gently rewires your muscles, boosts circulation, and slashes your fall risk. You don't need fancy equipment. You won't even need to stand up. But you do need to see it, because the sooner you start, the stronger your body stays. So next time you settle into your chair, remember, it's okay to rest, but don't let it quietly rob you of the strength you'll need tomorrow. Keep watching. What we'll share next could be the key to protecting your independence. When people hear the word muscle, they often think of bodybuilders or athletes, big arms, heavy weights, gyms full of clanging iron. But muscle isn't about looking strong, it's about staying strong. After the age of 60, something starts happening inside the body that many don't notice until it's too late. It's called sarcopenia, a natural process where the body starts to lose muscle mass, strength, and coordination. And if you don't stop it, it accelerates year after year, eating away at the very things that help you live independently. You might be thinking, well, I'm not trying to be a weightlifter. Why should I worry about muscle? Because muscle isn't just for lifting dumbbells. It's what helps you carry groceries from the car. It's what helps you rise from a chair without using your hands. It's what lets you walk up the stairs, step into the shower, and, maybe most importantly, catch yourself if you trip. Now imagine this. You bend down to hug your grandchild, but your legs shake. You can't balance. You need help getting back up. That's not a lack of love. That's a lack of muscle. And here's the scary part. You can lose up to 5% of your muscle mass every decade after 30. But after 60, the decline picks up speed. If you're inactive, if you're not getting enough protein, if your body isn't absorbing the right nutrients, your muscles can waste away quietly and dangerously. I once spoke with a woman named Eleanor. She was 75, full of life, loved gardening. But she noticed her legs getting weaker. She started avoiding the stairs. Then one day she tried to carry a basket of laundry down and lost her balance. A broken wrist and 6 months of recovery later, she told me, "It wasn't the fall that scared me. It was realizing how weak I'd become without knowing it." That's what makes this trap so dangerous. It doesn't announce itself. It just slowly takes pieces of your strength away until a single misstep changes everything. But here's the good news. Muscle loss isn't something you have to accept. You can fight back and even rebuild what you've lost. In fact, there are simple, joint-friendly movements and key nutrients that can help protect your strength. We'll be talking more about those in just a bit. And if you're finding this helpful so far, give this video a quick thumbs up. It tells YouTube to show it to more folks like you, and helps us keep bringing you life-saving advice you can trust. Because what's at stake isn't just your strength. It's your freedom. Your ability to stay in your home, to go for walks, to play with your grandkids, to dance at your anniversary. These moments matter, and strong, healthy muscles make them possible. So don't let this silent trap rob you of the life you still want to live. Keep watching, because soon we'll uncover a surprising nutrient that quietly supports your muscle strength. And chances are you're not getting nearly enough of it. You've probably seen the labels: low fat, heart healthy, whole grain. They sound good, don't they? Crackers, breakfast bars, maybe a quick microwave meal here and there. Seems harmless, even smart. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Many of those healthy choices could be quietly sabotaging your body every single day. Because hiding inside so many of these convenient foods are ultra-processed ingredients, additives, sugars, seed oils, preservatives, things that weren't meant to fuel a human body, let alone one that's aging and more sensitive. Your morning snack? It might look innocent, but it could be setting you up for a devastating blood sugar crash by lunchtime. You eat it, you feel okay for a while. Then mid-morning, you're lightheaded, tired, maybe even irritable. Your body's insulin is working overtime to fix the spike. And then comes the crash. That roller coaster can cloud your memory, strain your heart, and make your body store more fat around the belly, right where it becomes the most dangerous. And over time, Those innocent choices lead to inflammation. Stiff joints, brain fog, digestive issues, even higher risk of diabetes and heart disease, all from things you thought were doing you good. I remember talking with a woman named June, 68. She was doing her best, switched from butter to margarine, traded toast for a high-protein granola bar. But she still felt sluggish. Her knees ached. Her thinking wasn't as clear. We looked at the labels together. That bar had more sugar than a candy bar, and over a dozen ingredients she couldn't pronounce. And the margarine, full of processed oils linked to inflammation. It broke her heart. I thought I was doing the right thing, she said. That's the trap. No one tells us how sneaky processed foods can be. They don't look dangerous, but the truth is, they age you from the inside out. You don't need to be perfect. But the more you can lean into real foods, whole vegetables, simple proteins, fruits, healthy fats, the better your body will feel and function, fewer crashes, sharper thinking, happier joints. And here's the exciting part. There's one particular superfood that's been shown to lower inflammation, support memory, and even help protect your heart. It's inexpensive, easy to prepare, and might already be sitting in your kitchen. We'll tell you exactly what it is in just a moment, so don't go anywhere, because when it comes to food, it's not just about calories, it's about what your body does with it. And after 60, your body deserves every advantage it can get. Stay with us. That powerful superfood, the one your joints, brain, and heart may be begging for, is coming up next. Sometimes it starts with something small. You're more tired than usual. You forget a word mid-sentence. Your balance feels just a little bit off. Maybe you blame it on poor sleep or just one of those days. But then it keeps happening. A foggy brain, heavy legs, a stumble you didn't expect. And here's the scary truth. It might not be aging at all. It could be something far more dangerous and completely preventable. Millions of older adults are walking around right now with dangerously low levels of vitamin D or B12. And most of them have no idea. These are two of the most important nutrients in your body. Vitamin D supports strong bones and a sharp immune system. Vitamin B12 keeps your brain firing, nerves working, and energy flowing. But as we age, our bodies don't absorb them the way they used to. Even if you're eating well, even if you're spending time outside, you could still be deficient. And when these vitamins drop, the symptoms don't scream. They whisper. You feel tired, weak, dizzy. You start having more senior moments. You get up too quickly and lose your balance. Maybe your hands tingle. Maybe your legs feel like they're made of cement. And doctors? They often chalk it up to aging, or worse, never test for it at all. I remember a gentleman named Harold. He was 74, full of life, but he started forgetting appointments. He tripped on his porch step twice. His energy was gone by noon. His doctor thought it was just part of getting older, but his daughter pushed for tests. Turns out Harold's B12 levels were critically low. Within a few weeks of treatment, the fog lifted. His balance came back. He said, "I feel like I got 10 years back." That's how powerful and how invisible these deficiencies can be. And here's something else to keep in mind. Vitamin D and B12 don't just affect how you feel, they affect how long you live. Studies show that low levels can increase your risk of fractures, depression, heart disease, and even dementia. These aren't minor issues, they're life-changing. But here's the good news. This trap is easy to escape, if you catch it in time. A simple blood test can check your levels, and with the right foods or supplements, you can restore what's missing and reclaim your energy, clarity, and strength. And coming up next, we'll share something that might surprise you. How that glass of milk you've always believed was good for your bones might actually be weakening them. Don't miss it, because sometimes feeling better isn't about doing more. It's about correcting what's missing. And now that you know what to look for, you're already one step ahead. It happens in a second. A misstep on the sidewalk. A turn too quickly in the kitchen. One foot doesn't quite land where you thought it would, and before you know it, you're on the floor. That's the silent danger of poor balance. And the scary part? It doesn't always come from weakness. Sometimes it's simply from neglect. You see, balance is like memory. If you don't use it, it fades. As we age, the small systems in our muscles, joints, and brain that help us stay upright begin to slow down. They don't react as quickly. They don't coordinate like they used to. And unless we actively retrain them, the risk of a fall climbs, even if we still feel pretty steady. Let me tell you about Frank. He was 73, still walked his dog every day. Strong, no serious health issues. But Frank never thought about balance training. Why would he? He wasn't dizzy, he didn't wobble. Then one morning, as he stepped over a curb, his heel caught. He couldn't catch himself in time. He fell hard, broke his hip, 3 months of rehab, weeks in a hospital bed. He told me later, "It felt like the whole world changed in a day. I didn't know my body could betray me like that." But it wasn't betrayal. It was simply a system that had been left unattended for too long. Here's the truth. Your balance doesn't have to decline. You can train it gently, safely, right at home. And just like your muscles, your balance responds to use. Want to try something with me right now? Make sure you're near a counter or a sturdy chair for support. Now stand on one leg. Just lift 1 foot an inch or 2 off the ground. Try holding it there for 10 seconds. How does it feel? Steady? Shaky? Were you surprised? That little test gives you a window into how your balance is doing, and if you struggled, even a little, that's not a failure. It's a signal. A gentle nudge from your body saying, "Hey, let's work on this before it becomes something worse." Because what starts as a wobble can become a fall, and what starts as a stumble can become a life-altering injury. The good news? It only takes a few minutes a day to retrain your body. There are simple moves, things you can do while brushing your teeth, cooking, or watching TV, that gently rebuild the coordination your body needs to stay upright and safe. We'll be sharing some of those specific balance exercises in an upcoming video, so make sure you stay tuned. And if you're learning something new here, make sure to subscribe and share this with a friend. You never know who you might help. A simple tip like this could mean the difference between independence and a hospital stay. Because falls aren't just about broken bones. They steal confidence, they limit freedom, but with the right steps, starting now, you can take that power back. Stay with us. What we're about to reveal next might just change how you think about milk and bone health forever. Picture this. The sun is barely up. The house is quiet. You shuffle into the kitchen, pour a hot cup of coffee, and sit in your favorite chair. No breakfast. Just that comforting cup. Maybe a second one. It feels simple, familiar, peaceful even. But here's the hidden danger. Your body may already be in stress mode before the day has even begun. See, for many older adults, breakfast has quietly disappeared. Some skip it entirely. Others rely on coffee alone to carry them through the morning. But this habit, so common and seemingly harmless, could actually be sabotaging your energy, weakening your muscles, and putting unnecessary stress on your heart and brain. Here's why. When you wake up, your body's blood sugar is already low. That's normal. You've been fasting overnight. What it needs is nourishment, a little fuel to steady your system. But when you pour coffee into an empty stomach and skip food, that caffeine hits hard. It spikes your cortisol, a stress hormone, and sends your body into high alert. Your heart rate climbs. Your blood pressure rises. Your blood sugar takes a roller coaster ride, up fast then down hard. And that crash? That's why you might feel tired, foggy, shaky, or irritable by mid-morning. Even more concerning, long-term skipping of breakfast can lead to muscle breakdown, especially after age 60. Without steady fuel, your body may start pulling energy from muscle tissue. And as you now know, losing muscle puts your balance, mobility, and independence at serious risk. I spoke to a man named Charles, 70, who swore by his coffee-only mornings, said it made him feel sharp, but he also noticed more dizziness when getting up, and his memory wasn't what it used to be. When we looked closer, we realized his blood sugar was spiking and crashing every single morning, setting his body into survival mode before breakfast even started. We made a small change. He added a simple, protein-rich breakfast. Within weeks, his focus improved, his energy evened out, and the shakiness disappeared. And the best part? A healthy breakfast doesn't need to be fancy. In fact, coming up next, we'll show you a 3-ingredient breakfast that helps wake up your muscles, joints, and brain. And it takes almost no prep at all. You might already have everything you need in your fridge. So the next time you reach for that morning cup of coffee, just remember, your body's asking for more than caffeine. It's asking for care, for fuel, for a small act of kindness that sets the tone for the rest of your day. Because how you start your morning can shape your entire future. And what we're about to share next might just be the easiest and most delicious way to protect it. There's something so simple, so ordinary, that most people don't even think of it as a health risk. It's not a pill, it's not a workout, it's not a meal, it's water. And for older adults, not getting enough of it can be deadly. Here's what many people don't realize. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes weaker. The body doesn't always send strong signals when it needs fluid. So even if you don't feel thirsty, you might already be dehydrated, and that can lead to a dangerous chain of events. Even a 2% drop in your hydration level can slow your reflexes, throw off your balance, and affect how clearly you think. That tiny change, something you may not even notice, can be the reason you feel dizzy when you stand up, or forget where you placed your glasses, or lose your footing walking across the room. In fact, mild dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of falls in seniors. I once met a woman named Marlene. She was 76, active, careful, always took her vitamins. But one warm day, while tidying up her living room, she suddenly felt lightheaded. She turned to sit down, missed the edge of the couch, and fell hard onto her hip. At the hospital, the cause wasn't her medications, it wasn't her bones, it was dehydration. She hadn't been drinking enough water that week, her muscles were cramping, her blood pressure dropped, and her coordination slipped, all because her body was quietly running low on the one thing it needed most. Water helps everything work better. Your joints move more smoothly. Your muscles contract properly. Your brain stays alert. Even your digestion and circulation rely on good hydration. But here's what's truly shocking. By the time you feel thirsty, you're likely already dehydrated. And by then, your reaction time may already be compromised, which can be a matter of life and death if you're stepping off a curb or turning too quickly. So let's do something together, right now. Go ahead and pause this video for just a moment. Pour yourself a glass of water and drink it. Your body will thank you, not tomorrow, but today. It may help you feel clearer, more stable, and more energized in just minutes. Sometimes, it's not the big things that bring us down. It's the little ones we ignore until they catch us off guard. And next, in our most important chapter yet, we're going to reveal the single most dangerous trap of all. Not in your diet, not in your muscles, but in your mind. It's the belief that it's too late to change. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. There's one trap more dangerous than poor balance, sugar crashes, or even muscle loss. It doesn't show up on a blood test. It doesn't cause a limp or a bruise. But it silently steals more life than all the others combined. It's the belief that it's too late to change, too late to get stronger, too late to eat better, too late to walk easier, think clearer, or feel good in your body again. That quiet voice that says, Well, I'm just getting older. This is how it goes. That lie has kept millions of good people stuck, in pain, in fear, in decline they didn't deserve, because someone told them they were past the point of progress. But let me tell you something important, right here and now. It's not too late. Not even close. Your body is not done. Your brain is not finished. You still have the ability to heal, adapt, and grow, no matter your age. Let me introduce you to Helen. Helen is 78. 2 years ago, she couldn't climb stairs. Her legs trembled. Her knees ached. She avoided outings with her friends because she feared holding them back. One day at a family picnic, she stood at the bottom of a grassy hill while her grandkids ran to the top. She wanted to follow, but she couldn't. And that moment broke her heart. But Helen didn't give up. She started small. At first it was just walking to her mailbox and back. Then she added gentle stretches. Slowly, her confidence grew. She started eating a bit differently, less processed food, more real nutrients. She did balance exercises in her kitchen while her tea brewed. Now, Helen walks 3 miles a day. She's stronger, happier. Her doctors are amazed, but she'll tell you the real shift wasn't in her legs. It was in her mind. She stopped believing that growing older meant growing weaker. She stopped believing it was just the way things go. And look what happened. There's no magic age where progress ends. The body responds to care. The brain responds to love. Muscles respond to movement. And every day you wake up is a chance to choose differently. If you felt discouraged, like it's too far gone, too hard, or too late, I want you to hear this. You are not done. If Helen can do it, you can too. And you won't be doing it alone. That's why we're here. To walk with you, one step at a time. If this message is resonating, give this video a quick thumbs up. It tells us that stories like Helen's matter, that they give you hope, and it helps others discover this same encouragement when they need it most. Because the most dangerous thing you can believe is that you're powerless. But the most powerful thing you can do is to believe again. And in just a moment, we'll wrap up with a simple takeaway to carry with you. A reminder of how strong you truly are. You've made it this far, and that says a lot about you. You care. You're paying attention. You want more life in your years, not just years in your life. That alone puts you ahead of the crowd. Because so many people give up too early. They settle for feeling tired. They accept the pain, the fog, the stiffness. They think, this is just what getting older feels like. But not you. You've just learned about 5 life-shortening traps that most people never even hear about. And now, you're one of the few who can do something about them. Not by doing anything extreme. Not by flipping your whole life upside down. But by choosing small, powerful steps, like adding a glass of water in the morning, doing a 2-minute chair movement, or checking your vitamin levels. Every choice you make now helps protect your future. Every moment of movement, every nourishing bite, every kind thought toward your body adds up. And the truth is, it's never too late to begin again. You're still here. You still matter. And your body is listening, even now, even after everything. You are not done yet. In fact, you might just be getting started. There's so much more ahead. More joy, more strength, more memories to make. Remember Helen? She didn't turn her life around overnight. It started with one step. So if all you take from this video is one small change, let that be enough for today. The rest will come. And know this, you're not alone. We're here to walk this path with you, to keep bringing you tips, encouragement, and the truth about how to stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. If this video has helped you, go ahead and tap the thumbs up. It tells us you want more content that truly supports you. And if you haven't already, click the little bell so you never miss what's coming next. The next video might be the one thing that keeps you from needing help getting out of a chair or out of a hospital bed. So go ahead. Press play on the screen now to keep going. We'll be right there with you every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and remember, the best chapters of your story may still be ahead.